Hey guys, myself Vinod, and I'm going to talk about why a user story or a work is reopened to rework. So before we go into the details of the topic, let's have some introduction and let's clear the scope of this lecture. So user story is a way to capture the requirements in case of Scrum software development. So uh, a user story represents our requirements. Now, what are the different states during the life cycle of a user story? When generally a story is created by a BA, when it is created, it goes in open state or in new state, and then when it is assigned to a developer for implementation, then it goes in progress state, and then when a developer starts working on it, and it goes in development state, and then when it's ready, when he fixes, then it has to be deployed for testing. Then it is marked as ready for deployment, and once a build is deployed, then it is ready for testing, where a QA can test it. Then when a QA starts testing the user story, then it is in testing state, and from here, if it is passed, it goes in done state. That means the user story or the requirement is properly implemented. But if uh, if it fails, then it is reopened and marked in open state by the QA. So this is the scope of this lecture is why a user story is or a bug is reopened by a QA. What are the different reasons which leads to the reopening of the bug and leads to the extra effort in implementation of this particular user story or requirement. Similar is a series of steps in case of works also, and this is covering both user story and work. So okay, that was an introduction about this. So our topic is why a user story or a work is reopened to rework in Scrum development. So well, at the macroscopic level, we have four major reasons, four major fronts from here, which are the reasons for reopening a work or a user story. First, we will consider them. First, a BA. First one is BA. Then second one is developer. Then is QA, and then environmental issues. These are the four major fronts from which limitations could lead to the reopening of a work or a user story. So let us start with the VA. Generally, user story is created by a BA. Then it goes to developer. He works on it, and then a tester works on it, test it, and so this is a series. So we will talk about this in that series. So let us first see the BA. So BA, who is a BA? BA means business analyst who creates the stories, who captures the requirements. Now, how the work of a BA affects the implementation of a user story or a work. This is what we are going to study under this heading. So BA, here, if we since we are dealing with a user story or a work, so if how VA's work is affecting this user story or a work. The job of a BA is to create a user story or a bug. Now, if a VA fails in properly writing this user story or the requirement, then there is a possibility that it will confuse the developer first and then the QA, and it may lead to the reopening of a user story or a work if it's not created properly. Properly means the